The post-2015 agenda is a design for the future we want. It tries to propose a vision of a future that is more sustainable, that integrates development as a dimension of improvement of human lives. How could we not consider that basic infrastructure such as roads and highways be part of this future design?
Road accidents are one of the biggest killers of young people in the world.
WHO, working together with the FIA Foundation, is working with developing countries to ensure that children going from home to school, it is safe for them to use those roads.
We care about poor children going to school. We care about child survival. Somehow, this issue of road safety has not come into many of the discussions. What a simple way to improve child survival.
Now, the international community is currently debating an ambitious set of new development goals. We can halve road traffic deaths and injuries by 2030. In fact, I would say it's easier to reduce road traffic deaths and injury by 2030 than it is to achieve some of the other goals that are being discussed. But we're not going to get there unless we back an ambitious target, and critically that we back those targets with the financial resources and the political leadership that we need to see the goal turned into concrete outcomes in places like Tanzania.
The Commission on Global Road Safety, which I chair, led the campaign for the Decade of Action. Now let us together support the decade and tackle this global crisis. The fact is we have the solutions. What we need is action to save lives.
We have a clear plan for the decade, and it is really a plan that emphasizes working in countries, with countries, to strengthen road safety. During the decade, we'll work on 5 different pillars. It is a problem that can be tackled. We have cost-effective solutions. What has happened in road safety in the last few years might become a case study. The FIA Foundation, who played a very important role in mobilizing many of those actors, in funding many of the efforts, and the Global Commission for Road Safety, who, with the Make Road Safe campaign, served as a very active platform for advocacy.
With this kind of leadership role, I'm sure that together with the United Nations, we can save many, many human lives. We can stop this.
The more we rely on motorized transport, the more we have emissions. In many parts of the world and city centers, it accounts for 90% of urban pollution. It kills people not just by road accidents, but also by respiratory diseases.
The decisions that are being made by governments and consumers right now and over the next few years is going to define what the vehicle fleet looks like for decades to come. That's why it's so important to get the data right, and at the end of the day to make sure that the decisions are made right, so that people are buying the cleanest, most efficient vehicles they can afford.
Share the Road initiative that we have now launched here in East Africa. Everybody agrees that what is happening right now in terms of road construction isn't rational, but it continues to happen. Part of our effort has to be to bring the voices of the majority, the poor people who rely on non-motorized transport, to the table.
From all of the road assessments that we've done around the world so far, which extend to 70 countries now, 84% of the roads where pedestrians are present have no footpath. That's crazy, But you can see there's a huge opportunity for us to just in that one area of pedestrian safety focus on mass action around the world. Let's provide footpaths where pedestrians are.
As a Latin and also as a mom, I'm very upset, I'm very disappointed to see the differences of cars, of vehicles between Latin America and Europe. Sometimes I think, does my child is less value than a European baby? I think we have a big enemy here, and it's the lack of information.
The Global Fuel Economy Initiative has gained momentum in recent years. We're here as a service. We do our very best to be practical, to be focused, to allow countries to frame solutions that will fit them the best.
If you're able to show a decision maker that you're spending 40% of your import bill on fuel, when in fact your children are dying of malaria, or you don't have education, don't have a health service, and tell them, I could show you ways in which we could cut your import bill and use billions of dollars to bring medicine to the people.
So the problems are there, but the solutions, such as fuel economy, still need to be explained to the policymakers that this is a path that they can take if they want a more livable city and a country that is not dependent on imported fossil fuels.
When you think about the Millennium Development Goals, it's really about addressing the fundamental challenges facing humanity and about setting us on a course for a better future. We face the challenge of eradicating poverty. We face the challenge of improving global public health. We face this huge challenge of tackling the climate change crisis. Now, in all of these areas, transport is an absolutely fundamental part of the policy. It's about giving kids a safe journey to school, it's about stopping people sinking into poverty, and it's about ensuring that 3 million people don't die every year as a result of inhaling air pollutants. And it's why we need to move towards a sustainable transport system that's good for health, that's good for safety, and is good for our environment.